This 2-volume set of books provides grown-ups with resources to gently explore young children's potential for remembering some aspects of their previous lives. These revolve around 7 stories in which a penguin soul, called Pengos, lives 7 different lives in 7 ascending species of penguin. The monochrome Grown-Ups book contains a wealth of information about reincarnation, as well as all the stories, instructions for using them, questions to ask, and how children's answers should be interpreted. In the first story, Pengos has incarnated as a fairy blue penguin called Korora, and is proud to be the first chick of the year. A life in which she meets her soulmate, although doesn't realize it in the beginning. Then comes the second life, as Chinzos, a male chinstrap penguin. These are always very argumentative creatures, giving children an opportunity to think about any unresolved issues that concern them. In the third incarnation, Pengos is a Gen 2 penguin. With a father who shows him the funny menguins, who live on the nearby rocky Falkland Islands in strange square nests. This life ends when a seal bites into his flipper and pulls him underwater. But what a release! He is so happy at being able to fly away out of his body like an albatross that he isn't afraid or sad for a single moment. The next time around, Pengos lives the life of a macaroni penguin called Macaronia. She hatched with a disabled flipper, and her parents are afraid she'll never be able to catch her fish or have any eggs of her own. But she dreams about what happened to her at the end of her previous life, and wakes up to discover her flipper has healed completely. In the next episode of the Pengos Ascension, we meet Princessa, a beautiful royal penguin, who looks a bit like a macaroni penguin, but has a white face. In this life, she meets her soulmate again, and they live a wonderful life of total happiness with lots of eggs and lots of chicks. After that wonderful life, Pengos becomes King Penguin Sovereign and starts searching for his soulmate again, only to discover that this time they are thousands of miles apart and can never be together physically, even if they can visit each other in dreams. In any case, things would not be like they were before, as both of them are now male king penguins. In the seventh life, Pengos at last reaches the ultimate goal of all ascending penguin souls when he hatches as Empiros, an emperor penguin living on the great white continent of Antarctica. This is where he watches over the egg laid by his empressa before she went off to the sea for food, where he waits, standing through the dark, bitter cold 2-month-long night, huddling up with all the other fathers until the egg hatches. And at last he meets his soulmate once again. Finally, he is summoned by the great grey emperor, who gives him the choice of becoming a dove or an eagle or an albatross, flying at last, following the sun, or returning as a fairy blue again, helping and guiding others towards their ascensions. The activity book, in full colour, ends with fun pages where children can add colours of their own to the penguins and express their affinities for potentially favourite sports or musical instruments. After that, they get to choose what kind of job they might like to do. One day, who knows?